Welcome to a family art workshop presented by WheatonArts. Today we are going to be learning two different types of finger knitting. The required materials are yarn, wooden, seed, and/or pony beads, a yarn needle and thread, and scissors. First we are going to learn how to chain stitch a friendship bracelet. Choose either 1, 2, or 3 colors of yarn. The more strands that you use, the thicker your bracelet is going to be. Next, we're going to learn how to make a slip knot, which is an adjustable loop that starts your yarn project. Take the tail end of your yarn and cross it over the working yarn, which is the part of the yarn that is still connected to the ball. Pinch the place where the yarn crosses over itself, forming a loop, and hold it gently between your thumb and your finger. Reach down and through the loop and grab a piece of the working yarn and pull it through the loop. Hold the new loop and gently pull the yarn tail to tighten the knot at the base. To adjust your slip knot, pull the working yarn to make the loop smaller and pull the loop itself to make it bigger. Place the slip knot over your thumb and first finger of your non-dominant hand. Place the working yarn on top of the slip knot between your thumb and forefinger and pinch it in place. Pull the pinched yarn back and through the slip knot loop, and pull on the working yarn to tighten the loop and place it back over your forefinger and thumb. Repeat this process until you've reached your desired length. When you're done, cut the working yarn and place the end through the slip knot and pull it tight to secure. Then thread any beads or gems onto your bracelet using a yarn needle. Experiment with different size beads. We recommend using wooden beads for threading over the bracelet and seed beads, which do require a beading needle to add tiny dots of sparkle. Next, we are going to learn 4-finger knitting. Choose 2 to 3 colors of yarn. The more strands of yarn that you use, the thicker and tighter your finger knit stitches will be. Begin with the palm of your hand facing you and the tail end of your yarn in between your thumb and index finger. Weave the yarn in front of your index finger and behind the middle, then in front of the ring finger. Then wrap the yarn around the back of your smallest finger and weave the yarn back across your hand, alternating in front of and behind your fingers until you reach your index finger again. Then wrap the yarn around your index finger again and continue weaving as you did before. End with the index finger that you began with, and each finger should have a top and bottom row of wrapped yarn. The first row of stitches begins with your smallest finger. Lift the bottom row of wrapped yarn up and over the tip of your finger. Continue the process of lifting the bottom row of stitches over the top row of stitches along your hand until you get back to your index finger. For the next rows, weave the yarn around the fingers again, ending with the index finger as you have done until you have a top and bottom row on each finger. Lift the bottom rows of wrapped yarn over the top as you have done before. Be sure to keep the yarn loose but not sloppy. If the yarn is too tight, it will be hard to lift over your fingers to achieve the stitches. As you continue to finger knit, you will see the knitted fabric appear behind your hand and continue finger knitting until you have reached your desired length. And when your desired length has been reached, to end your knitting, lift the stitch off of your little finger and pass it to your ring finger. Then lift the bottom stitch over the top stitch on your ring finger and continue to pass the stitches across and over until you get to the index finger with one stitch remaining. Cut the yarn, pull it through the stitch to create a knot, and weave in any ends if needed. Project suggestions include a chunky knitted bracelet or a thin knitted scarf, belt, or headband, which you can see me making here. Thank you for joining us, and please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel.